Yes, our team at Cherry Creek is amazing. We're located right here in Valencia. Gino and I have over 34 years combined experience making sure we direct you in the right direction, and we're your friends out here, and that's what we do.
I think that's the key, Don, is we're your friends. We want to talk to you. We want to find out about your kids. We want to find out about your family. What are your passions? What do you want to do? It's boring to just go to work and close loans. I want to meet people. That's what I love to do.
That's right, and build relationships, and that's what we do. It's all about relationship building, and that's why we brought Brandon Montemayor with Keller Williams, because you're a relationship builder like no one. And we're going to share with you why that is imperative. Let me repeat that. Imperative to your success finding your dream home right now. Because when you hear numbers, for example, Gino was just mentioning that Realty Track just announced that actually foreclosures were going up this recent month. But this is a perfect example why you need to listen to us every week, not tooting our own horn. But Santa Clarita is a unique market. We're in our own little bubble here like no other. And our inventory, I believe we have some issues with that, don't we, Brandon?
The inventory is crazy right now, and if you're in the real estate business and you're watching it and you are active in the real estate business, this is something we watch every single day. And in a normal, stable market in Santa Clarita Valley, we have around 1,600 available homes, give or take a few hundred. Over the last 9 months, that has started to just tumble every single day. As of Monday, we were down to 400 available homes. Yesterday, it was down to 392, and we're moving in a downward direction if you can't see that. And from those homes, 229 of those are regular standard sales, which means only half of that, or a little bit more than half of those, means you could make an offer, get a response in a reasonable time, and be moved in and through escrow within 30 days. So not a whole lot when you consider how many people are actually out there actively looking for homes.
Let's talk about that for a second, because the amount of people that are actually out there looking for homes continues to increase, and the homes available continue to decrease, and thank goodness that's going to have a positive effect on prices for the first time in, 5 years, 6 years?
Exactly, and that's what we're really seeing. For all of you sellers out there and buyers, you need to be aware of this as well, because we got to understand what the market's doing. We are seeing, for homes that are in good condition and priced right, and I mean that's just close to fair market value, we are seeing 5, 10, 15, 20 offers. We have an offer in for a client right now. The house was on the market 3 days. They had over 45 showings in 3 days. There's 8 offers, and the number is still counting. And
can we charge ticket entries at the door?
Yes,
that
would
$20
be a
to see it.
great way to help the deficit in California right now. But in any case, things are moving in that direction. So we are starting to see some positive stuff, which is in specific pockets within Santa Clarita Valley, prices are starting to jump, and they're jumping quickly.
And if you just tuned in with this great advice you're hearing, and you could hear his passion in his voice as we always do when we talk to Brandon Montemayor with Keller Williams VIP Properties, this guy is in it to win it. I mean, that's his motto. That's what he does. He's done it his whole life, and we watch him and his team just absolutely kill it, because your customer service, Brandon, from top to bottom with your team is top notch.
You bet.
And you know your stuff, and you know how to. Because the amount of transaction you're doing is number 6 now with Keller Williams, so you're doing a large amount of transaction, which you learn from every transaction.
You bet.
Therefore, there's extra experience, because we talk about that, how Gino and I do a large amount of transaction. Therefore, we get to see more transactions and learn from those transactions, which equals experience. Don't you believe you have to have experience to have a prayer of getting your offer accepted in this day and age?
In this market, experience and reputation have a ton to do with the success we've had. And one of the things, Barbara's probably going crazy listening to this right now, because we're on our whole team about this from start to finish. And our approach is, even the other agent we're working with, if at some point they leave the business, I want them saying, that was a great experience with Montemayor and Associates. I recommend them. That's who you should be working with. So from top to bottom, we try to show that we are excellent at what we do, and that helps us out. When someone sees our offer come across their table, they know that the buyers we're working with are qualified, and the deal is going to get closed, again, because we have such a great team on the lender side like you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, the reality is your past performance, it's inevitable, right? It's habits, it's how we operate as humans. Your past performance is indicative of your future performance. And because you have a good reputation and a good history, it lets the other person on the other side of the transaction tell their seller, hey, this may not be the best looking offer on paper because maybe it's $5,000 less than somebody else's, or maybe they need 40 days escrow because they're moving from somewhere, but we know Brandon and his team are serious. They do good business, and they're going to close this transaction so that you can do what you need to do.
Good. And, and quality people gravitate to quality people. And that's what we see in this business right now is that the agents who do it the right way and are representing their clients' best interest and their needs, they're coming together. And, I mean, we're working as a team. It's no longer let's try to beat each other out. Because that inventory is so low, we're working as a team to really get out there and make some things happen.
And that's why you're in the booth with us today. Because we bring the top of the top here on our show every week. We don't mess around. Seriously, we know the people that are the top of the game, like Brandon and Associates, your team. That's why we have Steve Korn with Newhall Escrow and Gene Bleeker with Cal County's Title and our great team at Cherry Creek. You put those people together, that equals success, right? Because you need every piece of the transaction to be handled in a very specific and professional manner. Am I right?
Yeah, 100%. And, all the names that you threw out there, something that all of those people have in common is they remain learning-based, and that's a word we throw around quite a bit, learning-based in this business. And if you're not constantly keeping up on the changes, as you guys know, things get thrown at us, and what was true yesterday is not true today, and it's a moving target. So if you're not staying up on what's happening out there, and that's why, some of the people who are in the business part-time or don't do it, 100% of the time, it's tough, and best of luck to all of them. But, and we do. We have a lot of, we pull for all of them. We wish bad upon no one. But in any case, you got to be really engulfed in this thing. If you want to succeed in this business right now, you got to know what's going on.
And that was Brandon Montemayor rooting for the guy that didn't have the big stick there. He's just saying, hey, you know what? I know you don't really bat all the time, but you're coming up to pinch hit. Good luck, kid.
Swing hard.
As a coach, go figure. You're always rooting for them, huh?
Yes,
for the underdogs.
You got it.
But you're no underdog. You are a expert in the field. Again, number 6 in Keller Williams for a reason. And it's not just, what's nice is you have relationships. You reach out, because I know you're part of some of the network groups we're part of, because you reach out to build more and more relationships, because I know you find inside lines, basically, to enable a client to find a home that maybe somebody else wouldn't be able to connect with. Am I right?
100%. I'm a part of CMA and a lot of other networks, some informal networks, just through relationships we've built in doing deals. And we get the advantage of seeing things that have not yet hit the market or things that are potentially coming to the market. And with such a low inventory and with, like we mentioned, 45 showings in 3 days, once it does hit the multiple listing service and it's made public, it's a dogfight from there. So we prefer to kind of get out in front of that curve a little bit.
That's good.
And we've been very successful in doing so.
Yes, you have. And I want to touch on, because we've talked a lot about the challenges with buyers trying to get into homes, because I think right now we've talked so much over the last year about short sales and foreclosures and distressed homes, and now it's a lot of it's shifting because there's a new issue for a lot of buyers out there trying to find a way to get into a home. But you do have a ton of experience because you've, again, learning based and put together the right people in the right places. Your team is also a distressed sale experts as well.
Exactly, and that's the market. You can see from the numbers with close to 130 of the current available listings being short sales, and we have almost 1,000 that are actually pending, or over 1,000 that are pending or in escrow, a good portion of those also being short sales. So if we didn't learn the short sale market and didn't become experts at it, we've gone to many classes, we've School of Hard Knocks for a lot of this type of stuff.
Sure.
But that's what we have to do. That's what the market is, and we can't represent either our buyers or sellers the right way if we don't understand it inside and out.
Well, let's make sure you get a hold of Brandon, because I hope you listen to what he has said today in the value that he has in your community right here in Santa Clarita. His passion for you as a fellow citizen and a fellow father and family man, and one of the top real estate agents out here, without a doubt. So make sure you reach out to him. I love your website is awesome. Bringing you home, SCV.com, correct?
That's it.
Bringing you home, SCV. And what's your phone number again?
661 510-2789, and that's my mobile number. That's me direct. So 24/7 we're available, and that's why we have our team there. So we're always someone there to take care of you.
Yeah, we know you do too. So make sure you reach out to us, and so we can hook you up with Brandon Montemayor with Keller Williams. Thank you for being here today, buddy.
Thanks for having me here, guys. I really appreciate it.
What a pleasure. We will have you back for sure. You have great information to share.
I look forward to it. Thank
Very
you.
cool.
Thanks for lunch too.
You're welcome.